Hello everyone and welcome back to Fableheim and the Legend of Keeper Soul Smuggler. We have found ourselves at the end of the Lord's base campaign. Of course this is not the end because we still have the Draconian and Neptunian banners to deal with, but we're at the Last Supper, the fifth and final banner that, for the sake of complete transparency, is pretty annoying. The keen amongst you may notice that I'm level 11 now. I have this talent, I picked it up. Non-Psychobite monsters gain 2 power at the start of the fight for each Psychopomp placed in their group. The reason I have this now is because I've died twice, and they were not pretty deaths. So we're gonna see if I can finagle my way to glorious victory. There are 3 ways to ease the difficulty of a banner. The first and most obvious is to press this button, the easy difficulty button. This pretty much sets everything to as easy as possible as it can be, except for this one. I don't know why it doesn't change that. The second way is a long game length duration. This is because the long game length duration has a much smoother difficulty curve, so the start is easier and the end, well, you're much stronger by the time you get to the end when everything is at its peak. But because we just did a long game duration for the 4th banner to show off the power of the Cenobite puzzle, I'm going to try with the 3rd option of making my life easier, which is something we do in-game. So, despite my defeats, I don't learn my lesson, and we're going to be going with high gold gain, low master life, and we're going to see if 3rd time is in fact the charm.
Home sweet home.
We're going to be going with the Tombstone because I don't know anything else. And, as always, I'm going to take a moment to name my monsters and I'll bring you up to speed with what I know, which isn't much. Alrighty, our starting employees. We have Professor Putricide. Good news, everyone. I don't know how we're supposed to use this scientist, but he's here. We have Bellicor. We haven't seen this Abyssal Warrior in quite some time. He, of course, is the Fire and Ice Demon. I enjoy him quite a bit. We have Niflheim, the Ice Skeleton. Lilith, the Suck, who we also haven't seen in quite some time. And the good old Teguk. I love Teguk. The brand new unit for this banner is the Ogre Cook, who I've named Chef Ramsay. He deals nature damage to the back, applying poison, and fire damage to the front, applying burn. Monsters of the group regenerate 24 life when a hero is killed. You may notice a lot of this is HP damage, with a little bit of morale damage. So the game is incentivizing us to murder people for the Blood God. Blood for the Blood God, skulls for the Skull Throne. That is further incentivized with our beginning traps of Yes Mother, the brand new trap we unlocked, dealing 20 air damage in an area, applying weakness 2, equivalent to the lowest resistance of each target, and the Cursed Prism, which applies elemental weakness 3. Now I like the Cursed Prism, just not really on the Lord. So, what is my plan? If I'm being completely honest, I loathe this starting group. I like maybe 2 units here. And because our starting artifact is the meal voucher, Psychopomps regenerate their life by 25% of morale dealt, the game is clearly saying, hey, we're going to give you an option. Either you lean into the murder, or you full pivot to morale, or you try and split to the hybrid build. Now, the hybrid build is pretty good, but we're on the 5th banner, and things are pretty tough. So, we're going to see if we can pivot. Well, greetings, Blanzandi. Anyone else? Nevermore. Interesting. We haven't really used the Psycho. I don't even remember what the Psycho Imp's name was. Psycho Imp. It's like a gimp version of the Naga. Let's go for the roll again. Yogg Sothoth. We can also use crap. What was his name? It was something good. Blanzandi. Yogg Sothoth. And Maximilian Robespierre, that was his name. That was his name. Alrighty. While you were congratulating the cook for his dwarf cheek stew, he told you about a recipe based on demons' gonads. Do you want to sacrifice one of your demons to provide him with the required ingredients? This provides +10 to all monsters' resistance. Now, if my past experience is anything to go off of, it is incredibly likely that the master's going to get involved. Which means it might actually not be a bad idea to do this. Farewell, Bellicor. Once you've served me well. A shifty-looking supplier is offering you some human thighs to feed your employees at a discounted price. They do not look or smell particularly fresh, but you know that the management will grant you a sweet salary bonus for reducing overheads. We are going to take this, even though it's going to hurt us. So we might as well bite the bullet right now. Yes, the off-smelling human thighs you accepted were served in the canteen, and some of your employees got food poisoning. There is a solution to heal them, but it is prohibitively expensive. Chef Ramsay got food poisoning. There has to be some level of irony here. Now, ironically, Chef Ramsay and Putricide are the ones that got the food poisoning, which means we could actually go without them. And I think I'm going to. I'm going to save my 200 gold. They're not worth it. Which means we now have to come up with a solution. Boom. Shakalaka. To this. I think I want Yogg-Sothoth to be in the back. We're going to need... Ooh. Hee-hoo-ha. This isn't great. This is not great, but I think this is what we're going to go with. So the third solution to easing things up, as you may have guessed, is here when you're choosing your enemies. When you're choosing your foes. Typically, I like to go for the hardest encounter, even if I'm not wholly confident. This, I think, forges the weapon of that is our employees. The greatest sword is forged in a flaming inferno. But I'm scared. So we're going to go with the weakest encounter. This is the weakest encounter? No, dearie me. Leading the charge is the Templar, attacking the front with air damage and applying vulnerability. Joined by the Amashahagin, who will be attacking the back with air damage and applying tiredness. And joined at last by the Scholar, who will be attacking the front with fire. Now, Robespierre is resilient to fire, but not to air. However, because he's up front, he will be applying Terrified, which I can only hope helps me out a little bit. I can only hope. Thankfully, none of them are immune to demoralization. I came across that, like, in both of my attempts of this banner. I came across people who were just immune to demoralization. And it sucked. I hated it. I could remove this elemental resistance, but there's really no point. I just have to kill someone. Someone has to die. Repentance would be amazing if it was upgraded once. It should go off the 3, but we'll just keep spamming Repentance, or Impertinence, and we'll wipe. Yeah. Imashahagin, of course, restores morale. It's like the game knows. It's like, hey, this banner's gonna suck for you no matter what you do. You can try. You can attempt to hide. But you will fail. Now, on top of that, I don't have a whole lot of morale damage here. So, a little inconsistent. But inconsistency never hurt nobody. Probably. Oh, Yogg. Alright, Yogg's gonna die. It is inevitable. Now, Lilith is going to ricochet because she ricochets if people have positive armor. And it turns out everyone has positive armor. Farewell. Farewell, Yogg. I can only hope and pray that whoever I spawn in this graveyard is able to do enough morale damage to kill the backline. Who do I use? Who do I do this with? I get 25% damage. Bwansamdi is pretty fast. If Teguk can get off another demoralization, that would be pretty good. Niflheim could also do it. Maybe Robespierre. No, Robespierre's too slow. He's gonna get killed. This deals bonus damage. I have to remember that. She has 58 left. I guess Bwansamdi killing them is just the play, right? I'm sorry, Bwansamdi. But here, you will die. But not before you put them in their place. Maybe. There we go. Bwansamdi is resilient to air, but he's not resilient enough. The damage on this banner is absolutely ridiculous.
You will soon join my army.
But thankfully, everyone's already pretty low. I say thankfully, but will it be enough? Broken armor and demoralization. Actually, broken armor doesn't matter. They both do air damage. Oh my god. Flee! Flee the city. I told you the Lord was going to have to get involved. Oh. Sir Gracule. I am in need of your aid. Also, all of his choices would be good. Bork is amazing. We're going to take Sir Gracule. We don't actually have armor right now, so Gracule is our greatest chance of having good armor. Like, are you the highest? 25? Yeah, okay. Yogg actually has 25. I didn't know that. Options. Probably merchant again. Fishing for help. Modified fan. Fuck yes. I'm a fan of the modified fan. Now, Kael'thas is also not a bad option. If we're doing the demoralization stacks, Kael'thas could be okay. We'll pick him up. Pandora's box. One more renew. A second Bwansamdi. A second Gracule. I don't have another name for a possessed armor. Nor do I have another name for Bwansamdi. Do I need two Bwansamdis? Maybe? One in each room? Okay. Oh, I thought there was an engineer coming up. The engineer was behind me. Oh, dear. Alrighty. Of course, Kael'thas, the Skeleton Magus, is named Kael'thas. No one should be surprised. But as for the second name for Bwansamdi, it's Samedi. Because actually, Bwansamdi's name is Baron Samedi. It's just that it was kind of written as Bwansamdi and a few other variations, so... Great! It worked out perfectly. I was going to go with the person that Baron Samedi is married to in Mythos? Which is Mama Bridget, but naming the Baron Mama Bridget didn't make sense. So Samedi it is. Off we go. No more contemplation. A new trap! The poisonous plant. Fuck you. Not interested. Plunder could be good. Plunder could be good. But we're going to go with the trainer, I think. Trainer into event. Makes sense. Now, I mentioned that Teguk, if upgraded, Repentance is really strong because it reduces this 4 penalties into 3 penalties. 3 penalties is doable. 4, not so much. Not so much. Kael'thas would also be a phenomenal upgrade. Is there someone else who can upgrade for 150? If I had 2 150s, I would instantly level Kael'thas. Unfortunately, Niflheim and Yogg are 175, which I am 6 gold short of. Very unfortunate. Upgrading Yogg could be the play. This upgrades this to do more damage and applies Demoralize, so we can do more Demoralize stacking. We'll go with Yogg. I'm all in, by the way. I'm not looking to explore new units and new strategies. I'm here to win, because I have failed twice. Not interested anymore. If I have to go level 4 Yogg-Sothoth, level 4 Kael'thas, level 4 Gracule, I will. Tell me I won't. I will. While walking through the corridors, you notice a monster waiting for a job interview. You could hire the candidate right now, without intermediaries. On the other hand, what makes them think they can come in uninvited? Is this? Huh. Backup plan. This is a backup plan. That's what this is. Gluttony, good to see you. I might need you. Now, Gluttony is not a morale damage character, but Gluttony can also one-tap enemies. So there is a world in which we dunk the first room with just huge morale bombs, or just spread a ton of demoralization. Second room has Gluttony to do the bonus damage from the reduced morale and just one-tap everything in the way. I think that's going to be the plan. So, with that in mind, what does the first room look like? Go away. That's the first step. Second step. Neefle, Gracule. I have very little nature resistance. Maybe we need to work on that. I'd love to have Neefle and Kael'thas together, but I don't think that's really gonna be a plan. We're leaning into this delay in room 1, aren't we? Okay. Now, I feel stronger, but I still don't feel strong. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to ignore this artifact. Also, it has the resting room with it restores morale. No bueno. The question is, do I feel strong enough to do this one? And you might think, oh, you're just being scared. And yes, I'm being scared. But there's a reason for it. There's a reason I'm being scared. With this room, though, I think we'll get enough gold to level up someone at this trainer, so I am going to go ahead and do this middle room. This one, I might not get enough gold. So here we go. The middle adventures. Let's see if we've evolved enough to take this on. Alright, the dreaded ninja has appeared, dealing nature damage to everyone. And remember when I just said I'm pretty weak to nature damage across the board? It's true. In joining him, just to add insult to injury, is the Herbalist, who for once is not leading the line, but will still be attacking the back with nature damage and applying elemental weakness, which is very unfortunate. Also joined by the Hellbringer, who has her weird trait where her ice attack hits everybody, which is kind of okay. Kind of okay. But kind of not okay. Now, we are stacking up as much Demoralize as I can in this room, except for this guy, because of the Pandora's effect. Oh boy. I got enough that it's going to be extended for you, and that's it. We do have bounty on this character, which is something I did not expect. I also brought out Mott. Oh, thank goodness. Kael'thas is going to live one turn. Now, Mott is going to eat people. But I need to kill you. Because there's no point in Mott eating him. But thankfully... Oh! Okay. Gluttony didn't get a chance, but that's okay. That's okay. Gluttony didn't get the chance, but we made it. I told you they bring out the whole immune to demoralization thing. Who do I have? The only morale bomber we got was Yogg. But Yogg... Ooh. he should be okay. Damage dealt reduced by 70%. I think Yogg can get 2 hits off, which is all that's needed. 1. Oh, yeah. Well done, Yogg. Yogg pulled it out. Ooh. Morgana or Papyrus? Papyrus is really good. Morgana's new, but Papyrus is really strong. Not only does Papyrus do a lot of morale damage, which I'm into, but Papyrus also has tiredness, which is very important for not getting one-tapped. And I don't know if you've noticed, but we've been getting one-tapped. Now with 239 gold, we can upgrade somebody. I could have gone to the doctor as well. But, excuse me, I'm going to go level up Papyrus. I've learned my lesson. There was a time when I ignored Papyrus, when I thought Papyrus would not be useful. But in fact, Papyrus is useful. And I think no matter how this pans out, we're going to hit one therapist to give him tears, and we're going to hit the other event. So it really doesn't matter which is which. An employee morale review done by a specialist. And a specialist I am in desperate need of. 2 of your employees, God damn it, have been caught red-handed brawling like 2 elves for a hairbrush. Will you be tough and suspend them for 5 weeks, or threaten them with a pay cut to be sure it won't happen again? Could always buy them a second hairbrush. I'd love to pay them, but I am 36 gold short, so we're going to have to sanction them. Remember, if you don't sanction them here, crap. If you don't sanction them here, they will then later kill each other. Well, one of them will kill the other. I could have tried to roll the bones here and let try and get Robespierre to kill Yogg Sothoth. Also, Robespierre's name is spelled wrong. There's 1 B in his name. Not 2. Thought I fixed that. Okay. Now, I'd love nothing more than to go to the collectors and give them my blood for the money of this week. I would love nothing more than to do that. But I am concerned. Depending on what this champion is, the Lord will have to get involved. So, out of nothing but respect for Doom, gonna hit the engineer. We're gonna see how much we need to upgrade these traps, which is 225 each. Okay. And we're gonna move on. The champion, which is not gonna be a pretty sight. This champion's resting room is the Sacred Altar, which means they can remove all of my debuffs, which is not great. That's not good. Depending on how the room is laid out, Papyrus in the second room would be ideal. That would be ideal. He does also synergize with the AoE demoralization spam, because he does bonus damage on his area effect if someone's applied by 1 debuff, which they should have. Without Yogg, we don't have a major morale bomb. Robespierre is okay to be missing, but not great. Not great. Also, we're still quite weak to nature damage, which sucks. I think that's the only thing we're missing in this room is really nature damage, yeah. Which just means nature resist. I do think the play is to have Gluttony in the back room. He might be our saving grace, which is a strange thing to think of, but it is what it is. I think this is decent enough. I'm scared, but hey. Me being afraid has never stopped me before. Oh, by the dark gods, we are so fucked. Our champion! By the way, my other runs didn't even make it here. They were both dead by the second encounter. But our champion is the Huntress. Now, there is good news. And now bad news. The good news. I should probably explain what she does first. She attacks the back with a decent amount of physical damage, and she applies stun to her target if she has a debuff. Now, our entire build is predicated on debuffs. And I didn't even get enough out for this Pandora's box to do well. Son of a bitch. She's joined by the Disciple who attacks the front with ice, and also, by the way, restores morale every turn, in case I wasn't insulted enough. And the Onimusha, who deals fire damage to the front and takes 50% less morale damage. This entire enemy team is just like, hey, you decided to pivot away. Congratulations. Fuck you. Also, the placement of this map has royally fucked me. The modified fan applying tiredness wants to be before any of the encounters. And it's not. I didn't put Gluttony down because I didn't know exactly how this was going to play out. But I have nothing but regret now. So basically, what's going to happen is I need to use every ounce of my skill to kill something. Literally anything. Oh yeah, she gains enraged when she kills something too. Because all I need to do is make sure that all that's left for the Lord is the Huntress. And I don't know if you've noticed, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. How fast are you? 120? Okay. Occult Ritual. Putting in some work.
I will free
All I need...
skeletons from
the Lord can't be stunned. So as long as I don't die, he should be dead. Good. I just need Haunting to carry me, basically. I was hoping only the Huntress would be left, because then I could tank this all day. Looks like the Huntress is going to flee. Now comes the problem. This guy takes 50% less morale damage. Which means... I might be able to make it. 120, 53. I'm cutting it fucking close. So this could kill him, but I'm going to have such low hit points that it doesn't really matter. $12 stacks. Oh. Wow. Mahogany is here. Mahogany. Nah, we're just gonna go mouth shutter. I've never used this before, but it's gonna happen now. Alright. Everything is hurt. What do I do? Trainer might make the most sense. I'd also like to upgrade our traps. I feel like getting Modified Fan into full operation is going to be super helpful. But Trainer also boosts the efficacy of our Tombstone, which is worth remembering. Okay. Gluttony is not a pivotal part of our team. We don't have any blood for Papyrus, but that's okay. Teguk is useful. Somebody leveling up wouldn't be bad. How much are you? 200? We'll get Teguk up. This makes it so this is his single target bomb is more easy for us to pull off, which might not be bad. Gracule would also not be a bad upgrade. He hasn't made an appearance yet, but it wouldn't be bad. We'll level up Kael'thas too. That increases the power of his area effect by quite a lot. It went from 9 to 24. Like, that is a value city. At the Therapist, we'll be extending it using our many tiers. We're going to be hitting the Undertaker because we've got nothing but soul fragments. In fact, we have 89, which is 4 more than we needed for the Orb of Power. We are delighted to offer you a selection of funerary decorations of our corporate range in order to offer our goodwill to all your deceased employees. Here are some soul fragments to spend with us. You can keep them for a later date. The greatest upgrade for the Tombstone, which is the upgrade we have, of course, is to bring an additional monster to life. Because remember, in the Tombstone, resurrected monsters have 25% additional power, and now there are 2 of them, which is just a 100% increase of usefulness. Alright. I'm still concerned. I don't think we need a monster. We need a master bonus. A good one, too. A good master bonus. I'm trying to think if I can sneak Kael'thas into the front somehow. Because his area effect ability is now much better than Niflheim's. Maybe not much, but it's better than Niflheim's, okay? We'll go with that. Our nature resist is still absolutely garbaggio. So we'll bring in Chef Ramsay. Kinda sucks that our main ice resistance is Niflheim. Alright. Alright, we're gonna rock it. We're gonna go for the weakest encounter, although these encounters are identical, so we're going to go for the far left encounter here to get a master bonus. And we're going to pray that it's something useful. I don't know what we're looking for here, but we're looking for something. Okay. I'm not overly concerned. I'm actually a little bit confident, believe it or not. Leading the charge is the Templar, dealing air damage to the front and applying vulnerability. I'm going to be using a little bit of a Tricksy Hobbits' move here. Believe it or not. I'm not sure what I go for here. I guess I'll start applying Tiredness. A Tricksy Hobbits' move, which could be cute. Will it be anything more than cute? Yet to be determined. Joined by the Virtuoso, the Supreme Nuisance himself, dealing AoE physical damage. Owie. Area physical damage and applying Bleed. And there's the Tricksy Hobbit scheme. Turns out it wasn't much. But Bwonsamdi, his passive, is that he heals his target in front of him and removes their debuffs. So I removed a little bit of their debuffs. With the final action of Teguk, I went ahead and Repentance to bomb this target, and it worked out well. It did good. I wasn't disappointed. We're actually probably going to kill this character, which is more than I could have asked for. Go, Pandora's Box. Hell Grip. Grip them to hell. Now, unfortunately... Oh, never mind. I take it back. Damn. Yog's attack's gonna be wasted here, but... We placed some meat... This is actually Bwonsamdi. Bwonsamdi in the same position here. He is going to be removing the debuffs off Yogg Sothoth. Yogg has 60% air resist, so I'm really hoping that combined with the tiredness... yeah, he's going to be just fine. Just fine. Well done, Yogg. Well done, Yogg. Papyrus should live? Maybe? Wait, why didn't he heal? Not sure. But anyway, congratulations, everyone. Our first actual semi-convincing victory. Have we turned the corner? Have we stabilized? Regen. I don't know. I don't know. I thought about going for that artifact because the artifact encounter wasn't that much harder and had a disaster associated with it. But the ice disasters do not have any morale influence, so that's worth keeping in mind. Now, we have a trainer and an engineer. Once again, If the engineer here increases the tiredness stack, I might actually do it. Where are we at? Where's the modified fan? The fan or the modified fan? The fan. The fan. Here it is. Alright, level 3 fan. Increases morale damage. By double. Ooh. Ooh. And then level 4 increases its efficacy. So if I hit the engineer here, get this fan to level 3, hit an event with a lot of money involved, I can then have a level 4 fan, which would be really strong. Otherwise, what are we doing? We're going to do that. Fan. YOLO the money. Show me the... Okay. Skeleton. 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 Demon, psychopath, psychopath. Skeleton, skeleton. Demon, psychopath, psychopath, psychopath. The Staff of Speech limits my strategy quite dramatically. I only have 2 demons, so I would need Yogg in the second room, and I would need Gracule in the first room, or swap them if their motivation is low. Oh wait, no, Papyrus. Oh, Papyrus is a skeleton. But we could do this. The Staff of Speech is incredibly powerful, and with the bonus with double Baron, like, you could just, you know, borrow him. Which one is this? Bwansamdi? I totally wouldn't rename Samedi into Bwansamdi. Totally wouldn't do that. Nope. Nope. Staff of Speech is plus 30% power, and I'm kind of into it. Otherwise, we have to take the Winged Boots, which will be life, 60 life. Life that is valuable to me. A strange gentleman in the guise of a toy manufacturer knocks on your door and offers to sell you a range of amusing items. You request nothing in exchange other than the materials required to make them. A strange and most troubling force physically prevents you from declining. I'm gonna do it. What do you mean? We sacrificed Samedi all along. So now, with the Staff of Speech, one of my favorite artifacts in the game, we have to be very careful about our team placement. So Gracule has suddenly acquired a much more important part of the strategy than I had initially anticipated. Unfortunately, we need 250 gold. Okay. We don't have any money. We could rectify this. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Wow. 503 gold for the Mouse Shutter and Pandora's Box. If I don't... I think the fan's the only one I have besides those, right? Yeah. I can still make use of the Elemental Prism, it's just not pretty. But there we go, we'll do it. We will do it. And that, my friends, was our last decision of the day. We have successfully pivoted from the disaster of the beginning of this banner. And we have not seen the Ogre Cook once. In case it wasn't readily obvious, I'm not a fan of the Ogre Cook. But it could also be because I just don't know how to use them. So I hope that you enjoyed. This went on for 50 minutes because I had so much thinking to do. An unbelievable amount of thinking. We'll see how it edits down. But thank you all for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed the first half of The Last Supper. Thank you to the patrons and channel members who support the channel. I greatly appreciate you. If you'd like to stay up to everything happening on the channel, feel free to join the Discord in the description down below. And I'll see you next time to see if our pivot will ultimately lead us to glorious success. Bye!